Today on Slot Valley Racing, I'll be building the Deluxe TJet Pit Kit. Once I get out of all of this snow, all this and more today on Slot Valley Racing. Get your heart racing. All right, let's get into this. But before we do, let's have a quick look at the packaging. All right. Of course, it's an Auto World product. Fantastic idea. It's got all the parts you need there to build your own slot car with your own hands. It is extremely easy, and today we'll do it together. Okay, let's have a quick look at the back. Of course, it's the ThunderJet Ultra G, and it has full assembly instructions and a full list of the parts. And well, let's just say if by the time you're done your car doesn't look something like this, you've done something wrong. All right, so let's get into this. All right, so here we are. Making sure I don't lift the springs. Okay. All right. So the first thing we need to do is put the commutator brushes. There's a groove in them. I'm not sure if you can see that. And then there's also a flat side. We're going to put the groove side down inside the holes in the chassis next to the center. Okay, so there we go. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the magnet with the blue edge on it. It's going into the front recesses facing up. Make sure it's seated properly in the bottom. We'll do the exact same thing with the white. White facing up at the rear. Make sure that goes in there correctly. Next thing we're going to do is put together the motor plate. Just going to pop a little oil here under the underside of the pinion gear. Give it a little turn. We'll do the same thing to the top side of the pinion gear. Once again, we'll give it a little turn to work it in. Okay. We're going to put a little dab under the front here, and finally we're going to put a dab right here, right on top of that bump, and that, my friends, is where this will go, the idler gear. There we go. We'll give it a little spin. All right. while we're at this point now, I'm carefully just going to give the back gear setup a little oil while I can. I just want to put a dab here, right here, and I want to put a dab right here. Give her a little spin. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the motor plate on top of the chassis. There are some little tabs at the front there, and that'll go underneath, right in this slot at the front of the chassis. And if all is well, it should click down no problems, just like that. Okay, so now we'll put the strap on. There we go. Give it a little spin, make sure everything's kosher. And we're just gonna do one more little oil. Just put a little more behind here. Put a little more oil back here. And a little dab there. We'll give it a turn. Okay. Put one drop here underneath the strap. Yeah, let's turn it around. Here we go. Very careful, little at a time. Here we go, let's work that in. Yeah, and you betcha, got my handy dandy Q-tip to clean up many unneeded messes. Okay, so now we'll put the springs on. And they're just going to go right over top of those little pins right there. All right. We'll get the shoes. Let's flip it around here. So the shoe's just going to go underneath these tabs behind the springs here. All right, so there we go. Let's get the tires on. Okay, let's get the tires on. There we go. the dyno. So of course, this is the Deluxe ThunderJet Pit Kit. These cars are absolutely fantastic. Every HO racer should have at least one of each of these in the series in their toolbox. These are great teaching tools, and I've already used them on many people. So I'm just going to let it run for a second. Then I'm going to re-oil it, and then we'll put it back on the dyno. Well, it looks like we are squeezing a little more performance out of it for now. Take it to the track and see how she rolls. So here's a real quick look at my 55 Bel Air extraction build, the Deluxe Pit Kit. What I've done is I've taken all the parts off the car, I've primered it in black, I've given it one coat in jet black, I've ordered some nice tires for the car and most of the extraction cars I have. And I'll be adding 2 more coats of black paint and decals to follow. Once again, thanks for watching. My name is Dan. I'd like to thank all my subscribers. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. If it wasn't informative, I hope it was at least entertaining. This is one of my favorite parts of the show. I hope you enjoy it too. I really enjoy seeing how these cars perform on the track. Of course, the Dyno series would be the number one. All right, enough of me blabbling. Let's get this going and see how this car operates on the track. Thanks for joining me today at Slot Valley Racing. Before I get this drive started, I'd just like to mention today's feature is the TFX chassis by OS3. And that will be found today in the main race garage. We'll get to that in a minute. Drives pretty nice. It'll take a little adjusting for this track. Thanks everybody for watching today on Slot Valley Racing. And don't forget, get your heart racing.